Peter, we have covered a lot of eclectic ground. We've talked about butchers,
Yes.
ball pools,
Yep.
luxury hotels, trash cans,
Yep.
Walt Disney,
Walt Disney. Sydney trains.
Sydney trains, the morning announcements. That is somewhat in the past, although somewhat in the moment as well.
Yep.
What do you see as the future of customer experience in the years that lie ahead?
With leadership particularly.
Yes.
Yeah. And leadership is a word, a reference, a term that we hear and see with organisations throughout. The word I always like to put in front of the word leadership is the word positive. The focus when you can transform leadership into positive leadership is when you can really encourage and create amazing cultures.
Yes.
Remembering that people are the essence of an organisation,
Yes.
as we know. But I think the really specifically key important thing with leadership is role model behaviour.
Yeah.
When I reflect on my career through different customer experience positions, I'm so blessed and happy and pleased that I've worked for some amazing leaders.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me
and
too.
who have been absolute role models
Yep.
for me, not
Yep.
just someone I reported to, but real role models who I'm thankful largely for who I am today.
Ditto.
Is
Yeah.
on the so putting the word positive in front of leadership. It's a mindset, but positive leadership.
Yeah.
The ultimate four words that can come or should come from an employee is when they can refer to their leaders, the person they report to. It's not something that they would have said to them, but it gives the feeling that I care about you.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah,
every
I like that.
employee in an organisation can feel that,
Yes. Yes.
they know it, that
Yes.
their leader, that they care about them. This is when kind of hit the jackpot, really. With that essence, it goes back into culture.
Yes.
But when you've got this positivity, and there is the permission to have fun and express your personality
Yes.
and be yourself, and this is the future of what's next, but more so of particularly with what's now as well.
So with that, and that is a very astute observation, how does leadership today need to change? What would be the key areas that those behaviors would have to change to get to that type of outcome?
Yeah, I'd even flip the word change in that, and actually just remain clear on what's really important now. And it goes back to what we've been talking about almost the lost art of being present.
Yeah.
Because we are continuously chasing tomorrow,
Yes,
but really,
it's true.
always,
It's true.
every day,
It's
we're
true, yeah.
chasing.
That's
We're
right.
forever chasing tomorrow. We're in a very hyper-reactive state, or maybe hyper is too extreme, but we're in a very reactive state where we're just keeping up with everything that's coming on each day. So being present, I think, is, again, not change. We don't need to change to become present. We just need to maybe reflect and remind on the importance of being present, particularly in the role. What an honourable moment it is to be a leader and to actually lead a group of people, however many people are in that team or that organisation. What an honour that moment. It's almost like if you think of, you're in the theatre and there's the conductor with the orchestra. What a beautiful moment the conductor has with his baton, and in that moment bringing the whole orchestra, if it's 100 musicians, say, together, but bringing that beautiful symphony together on behalf of the composer, almost like delivering the vision of a business, the composer with that piece of music. But the conductor, if he wasn't present, or the musicians didn't particularly like him, or it was, the experience for the audience would be entirely different. So I always like to. We were taught in hotels that, in so many ways, we were the conductor of our own orchestras.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
And I think that's such an example. It's kind of running through my veins. It's what I do every day.
And as you said before, you're always on stage.
Always on stage. The key thing with the experience of a symphony when you're going to see an orchestra is what's happened backstage before that moment of the curtain going up.
Yeah.
You know, the way that everybody's gone into their beautiful, immaculate dress, but everybody being together, focused together, being
Yes.
present, particularly fine-tuning all of the instruments. You know, can you imagine if the violinists had an argument with the clarinet players, or the French
Yeah,
horn
right.
didn't like the
Right.
didn't like the drums, or there was this kind of,
Yeah.
but you didn't have this real amazing team spirit and camaraderie and connection and all the simple things again. You know, tick 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 tick, but the real essence of positive leadership.
Yeah, I think that's profound as well. It's the symphony of mindfulness on stage, displayed in front of your customers, you know, all the time.
But the thing with this, there's nothing complicated about it.
Yeah, I agree. That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, nothing complicated about it, but it's really something that we need to bring it back. It's like, I'll almost throw the word old-fashioned in. You know, what we were doing 10, 20, 30 years ago is still as important, if not more important,
Completely
than
agree.
today.
Completely agree.
You know,
I think that's terrific. I'd like to build on that. My view, to supplement what you've just said in terms of the future of leadership for customer experience is probably threefold. Maybe going back to where we started with Amazon. The first is you cannot script customer experience. You have to invest in it to have the right license and the right bandwidth to be able to meet the almost infinite different needs you meet on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That means we need to encourage, as customer experience leaders, or any leadership, risk-taking in many ways first and foremost. And that's not a pejorative, and it's not a financial risk. It's a risk in trusting the teams to get to that simple human interaction as part of that symphony, as you call it, and trust that they can deliver that experience. I think that would be first. I think the second is that we need to spend a lot more time viewing employee experience as important as the customer experience. You know, you've been saying that all along, in terms of the human values of what we want to impart and share, and how that human nature has never changed, but we take it as being disjointed from the customer experience. And I think that's a very dated outlook. And so I think you use the examples of Southwest Airlines, as we just mentioned, being able to have that joy put into the workplace. And then I think thirdly, perhaps it's as much as well around data. I know that sounds very mundane, but the lifeblood of delivering a personalized experience is having the right data strategy that can be utilized for simplicity. Because in the end, we're just wandering around hoping for the best and hoping we're going to give a great experience.
Yeah.
And I think from the future of customer experience leadership will also be that this leadership will come from anywhere. I think it used to come from a customer service environment or a frontline environment. I see no reason why you cannot have customer experience leaders from finance, from IT, from non-traditional areas, because they are as much a part of that value chain as any other aspect. And I think that in itself will provide a different lens and a different perspective on how customer experience is delivered, and a richer one as well.
God, super inspiring.
It is.
And you know, one of the things that I'm hearing you saying there is that real theme of the permission of being creative.
Yeah.
You know, let's not lose sight of absolutely being creative, allowing people to be creative.
So, Peter, as we close up, I want to tell you I've really enjoyed this. It's been
fun, hasn't it?
It's been I've learned quite a bit as well. It's very inspiring. For 2018, what are your priorities for you and the House of Wonderful?
Thank you. It's probably my greatest belief is the moment of now.
Right.
preparing and with what's coming next and around the corner and tomorrow and what have you, but really helping and encourage people to take the permission to be more focused on the present moment of now and today. All of the incredible things that are happening in organisations around the world right now. Really looking at and embracing the incredible experiences and moments of now, of today, and giving people the permission to bring wonderful to life and making their business wonderful.
Well, and that to me, to replay your words or interpret them, is that bringing meaning to what we do every day. Because without meaning, it's just hollow.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, to answer my own question, for me in 2008, it's similar. It's ensuring that I'll call it doubling down on making sure that all my colleagues throughout Optus understand and have license to be the head of customer experience. That everyone has that responsibility. I was saying off camera earlier that my role is made so much easier because of the customer centricity and the language that we use and just the culture of everyone wanting to provide the best customer experience. That is as simple as me communicating that, me ensuring that in all our plans we actually have I'll call it delegated authorities to make things happen. And as a large organization, it isn't always as simple as that, but it certainly is I'll call it a lexicon and a language that's starting to take hold. And I'm hoping in 2008 that it just becomes the way in which we do business. Well, Peter, I've greatly enjoyed this.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you very much for
pleasure.
a very enlightening and stimulating conversation.
I just want to throw in one final little question. So,
sure.
Do you ever find that people say when they meet you for the first time, when you give your card and you're head of customer experience for Optus, do people ever say, oh, well, I thought that Fred was the head of customer experience, or Sarah, or I've met so many different heads of customer experience today, but you are the what?
I aspire to that.
Yeah.
I think when I talk about, and again, having been in 3 different industries, when I talk about being at Optus at the proverbial barbecue, it is very interesting. I get the stories come out around people really engage with their devices, with their telecommunications provider. They're very interested in how to enhance their experiences and their lives. I mean, it's how many times do we look at our mobile a day? How many times we're either browsing or gaming or emailing, and that's I'm very proud to be part of that organization. That's almost an indispensable part of the lives of many Australians, and I think that mission for us is palpable. And as we transform our organization to being a mobile-led entertainment business, our customers are vocal to help us get there, to say we want you to be a part of to be part of our overall life experience.
Amazing. So I'd love to share a final message for everybody who's watching us, our peers in the customer experience world around Australia, is really our encouragement. I think particularly with today is a reassuring message of being present in the moment.
You can be president too.
Yeah, we'll be president. But being present in the moment of now and embracing and enjoying now, rather than being too pressured or panic state with what's coming next and what's happening tomorrow. So our final message is a moment of now, and it's been an absolute pleasure.
Been terrific
to share this with you. Thank you.